Oi, fala aí pessoal, bom dia. Você está escutando o inglês no rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English. Okay, Alexia. Yesterday, we ended the podcast saying that we got on a flight to Boston and we found out that our flight to Lisbon was canceled.
Yes, and we were inside of the airplane, so we didn't have any other kind of information than the email.
Yeah.
It was like, it's canceled, period.
It's
That's
canceled, and the next one is not until 10 p.m. the next day, so more than 24 hours later.
Yeah. So we got to Boston, and then I remembered that my baggage, my only bag that was supposed to go to Lisbon, was somewhere inside of the airport.
Yeah. So your bag was lost, and Alexia has this little feistiness, this Brazilian attitude sometimes, where she really wants to make sure that she is going to get what she wants. So she's running around the airport making various people from various airlines promise her that her bag is going to be safe.
Yes, I remember John from JetBlue, the bald guy.
Yeah.
The bald guy, he promised me, and I said, John, I will call you if it's not there.
Obviously, Alexia does not have the capacity to do that. And I don't even think JetBlue was in charge of your bag at that point. But anyway, so we arrived in the Boston airport and we went to the SATA Airlines checkpoint, the little place, the customer service center, whatever. And there are tons and tons of Portuguese people complaining, waiting, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes, and then they divided the people from our plane through some hotels around Boston.
Yeah. So you know how most international airports, they have airport hotels.
Yeah.
Like a hotel directly next to the airport that you can stay for the night. It's easy. But for whatever reason, we did not get sent to the airport hotel. We got sent to a different airport in downtown Boston.
A different hotel.
A different hotel. Excuse me. Yeah.
Which was cool. Our location was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I've never been to Boston. It was cool to see Boston. But we were in a hotel called Yotel. Stupid name. But Alexia, describe for me a little bit this hotel because it was not your normal hotel.
It wasn't a normal hotel. It was they wanted to show people how cool they are and how their rooms are smart and cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I thought it was the weirdest. The weirdest hotel room that I ever been.
Oh, 100% the weirdest hotel room I've ever stayed in. So this was like, in quotations, a smart hotel. So the room was tiny. The bed could also be a couch. You had smart lights. They had a party mode for lights where you could just click a button and it was like a disco, like doom, 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 doom. Everything was very bizarre.
And the shower was so weird. The toilet and the shower, everyone could see it through.
Completely transparent.
Yes.
Yeah. Not my favorite hotel, but an interesting experience. We got to see the Boston Harbor.
Yes. But the thing about Azores Airlines is that they would cover any kind of expense that you would have, right? Like transportation, food, and anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were about to get a taxi and ask for their voucher, they were like, yeah, you had to pay and then we will get it back to you.
Yeah.
We don't have it right now.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that to be reimbursed. So, Alexia, can I make two quick corrections real quick?
Yes, of course.
Okay, first, the word cover. This is a very common mistake that I hear you and a lot of my students make. You're saying cover with an O sound, but this is o som do schwa. Então, super relaxed. Cover.
Cover.
Perfect. Perfect. And also the word taxi. For some reason, you stressed the last syllable and said taxi or something, but it's taxi. So the stress
Taxi.
is
Yeah.
on the first syllable. Awesome. Yeah, so more or less, SATA Airlines, this airline company that we are not a big fan of, they told us that they would be open at 4 p.m., right?
Yeah.
And our flight was not leaving until 10 p.m. But we
Yeah.
had to get there at 4 p.m. to make sure that everything was A-okay.
Yes, and we had to leave the hotel at 1. And for
We had to
some
check out at 1
yeah, for some reason Foster could get us until 3.
for some reason
Yeah.
because I'm an excellent negotiator.
But it's really, really weird. Like, usually you had to leave this hotel, you had to make the checkout at 11. But for us, it was at 1. And then Foster got it us till 3.
Yeah. So, an interesting thing with the phrasal verb to check out is you can use check out as a noun or a verb. So, I would say normally you can check out at 11 or you have to check out at 11. You don't have to make the checkout,
Mm-hmm.
but you can also use it as a noun and say, what time is checkout?
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Very versatile phrasal verb.
Yeah. So we got to the airport at 3:50.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
We were early, ready to
Yes,
go.
and already 10 people were there.
Yeah. So Portuguese people were there. They were very angry. And one of the first guys we met in line was a guy that lives in the US and he was traveling to Lisbon to go to his brother's funeral. His brother had just passed away and he missed his brother's funeral and the airline would not do anything for him.
No, the airline had the option to put him on TAP
Yeah.
flight that would go directly to Lisbon, and they didn't do it. And
Yeah.
it was, what did he say to you? Like,
He said there's something just definitely wrong with society in
Yeah.
general. He was very, very upset and pissed off, and rightfully so. That's messed up.
yeah. So for us, we still had the problem with Foster's name on the ticket, and we
Mhm.
were like super nervous about it. But SATA, Azores Airlines, they made all the mistakes with us. So the girl corrected
Mhm. Corrected.
Foster's name on the ticket.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So my name was still wrong on the ticket, but she put a little note at the bottom saying Hodge. So when I went to security, the guy looked at me and he looked at my ticket and he went, sir, I think we have and then he saw Hodge at the bottom and went, you're okay. And I was like, thank the good Lord. And then we finally made it through. We had 6 hours to wait. And then our flight was delayed 2 more hours. Then we finally got on this plane, which did not have like any TVs or anything. I mean, I'm not trying to
Nothing.
complain too much, but 2018, most international flights have TVs.
Nothing. They didn't have anything.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then after we've been in the air for I don't know how long, slept a little bit, we arrive in the Azores. What the hell?
We stopped
I
at
said, welcome to
Azores.
Terceira.
Ilha Terceira.
Que coisa.
When we stopped, we had to wait there for 1 hour inside of the airplane with no air conditioning, with the open doors in the middle of
It's
Azores.
so hot.
Yeah, so the other passengers could come in.
Then they had buses of people coming from the Azores to come and join us on this terrible, terrible experience. Finally, we got to Lisbon and we were so exhausted. We lost a night in the Airbnb that we rented in Lisbon. We only had a little bit of time in Lisbon to show Alexia a little bit of the city, eat a pastel de nata, and then we made it to Alentejo.
Yeah. So with all these informations for you guys,
Okay, information is
sorry.
always singular.
Yes, with all this information for you guys, two things. Never ever book a trip with Travel to Be, and never ever fly with Azores Airlines unless you're going to Azores. And that's it.
Yeah, and even then, I think Delta is opening up a flight line to the Azores.
And I'm pretty sure that Tapi flies to Azores as well.
Yeah, to the Azores.
To the Azores.
Yeah.
But on the next episode, we are going to talk more about the lessons learned.
Yeah, because it wasn't all bad. And I always like to really be reflective about travel, the good things, the bad things. What did we learn? So tomorrow we'll give you some good tips about travel, what we learned from this weird and crazy experience. Alexia, I'll see you tomorrow.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. If you like what we do, if you want to support the show, please check out inglesnocru.com. At inglesnocru.com, you can find everything from the worksheets for these episodes to learn all of the best pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, real English, the way we speak it on the streets. You can also do personalized private coaching sessions with me in our pronunciation course. Sounds cool. Most importantly, keep up the good fight and lose well. Até já já.